Yep, I just got right. Did my little routine. We're ready to
Yeah,
go. Been
yeah,
YouTube going. Heard you on the just to change the title
but
after live. So I can take care of that today. My little- Switching my camera
the
to my
GoPro.
to my iPhone.
Oh, bad.
Yeah, it's nice. So I can kind of have my camera kind of pushed away a little bit.
Yeah, no, I like that.
Boy, the bitch in will die.
Yeah, I got the double scenes going right now. So I have my face on one, the bottom, your face at the top, and then that way we can throw captions right in the middle of that. And then I got my chart if needed. I want to see if I can take your chart though. I feel like I can. I feel like I should be able to use your chart real quick. Scene. Uh, I'm ready though. You are display caption. It's not display. Whatever, I'll just leave it like it is.
12 minutes till unemployment claims.
12 minutos.
Bro, one of the little homies got scammed off a fake account of mine, bro.
Bro, I seen you
Man,
said that.
I was sick. I was sick. One of my former athletes, he just graduated high school. Whoever it is had him send like $200 for like this pocket options thing. And,
Oh,
and yeah, he tried to withdraw his money or something, and he couldn't log into his account. Yeah, but he got scammed. But it was weird. I couldn't find like I can't search the account that
I
bro's
got you
using.
back.
And man,
These
it's,
scammers out
it's
here smart, man. They smart but dumb as hell at the same time.
facts.
Smart but
Damn
dumb
it,
as
bro.
hell. I feel
Bro,
bad.
the scamming account's got like three times more followers than I do. What the fuck's going on, man?
How the hell did that happen so quickly?
How's that work?
That's funny. I'm trying to pull
So,
up this info I got on these unemployment. I know I had some unemployment.
I'm looking at the U.S. Department of Labor website right now, looking into it a little bit, see what we can expect. I know it dropped bearish last time it came. Yeah,
Yeah, I should have
I see
had.
margin. They were way off with their forecast there last week.
Need to, so if you guys, are we live right now?
We are live. We are live. I'll
If
share
you
my
are
screen.
live
Get the
and
vote.
you have not gone into Discord yet, the Discord does have a trading plan. Within that trading plan, just a quick devotional and then about ten statement declaration that I'm actually going to read now, but I'm not on the camera. I'm just going to mute the camera, but just wanted to get on the camera and say that that is available to you in that trade plan.
No, yeah, no, I like that.
I like
'Cause
that trade.
I've been wanting to. I'm glad you brought that up because I want to do that as well. As far as just read it uh,
Yeah,
every
just
morning.
that's just part of my morning routine is to read that. So yeah, I gotta figure out this second scene, bruh. And, so
Three, two, one, go. I'm just gonna read it out loud. As you embark on today's trading journey, remember to apply the wisdom gained from past experiences, humility and respect for the market's power. Embrace patience and maintain a good attitude while waiting for the best trading opportunities. Let discipline guide your actions, adhering to your trading plan and managing risk wisely. In this market turbulence, maintain your inner peace, regulation, and clarity. And each trading reflecting your actions, learn from them, and prepare for the next step in your spirit. Trusting your unique path and the guidance that has led you here as you navigate the market. Beautiful. Bonjour. Je m'appelle Corentin. Enchanté. D'où venez-vous? Céleste ton nom. Céleste ton nom. Yeah. All right. And so the devotional has been read. You're speaking on my behalf. My why has been read. My devotional has been read.
Getting both of those right now.
Skim through just some of the declarations on my trade plan. Again, for me, this is something that I want to work to read before every trading session, as redundant, monotonous, and I guess rudimentary as it may seem, as unimpactful as it may seem. I think the repetition of this and reading these words every single day will have a profound impact on my ability to be successful during my training sessions. So yeah, want to give my wide quick read over. Even just everything in here, everything on this trade plan. That's why I love this trade plan so much. Because it's bam, smack dab in your face. Has everything you need in order to kind of organize your thoughts, organize your intentions, and then organize your focus and perception moving into your trading session. I could just do a quick read over of my trade parameters, um, what I'm looking for as far as confirmations go. Down here, I've deemed this strategy the VXT method. The VXT method, volumes times time, the volume times time method. Session of that again. Okay. My two plays. Beautiful. Dope. All right. Trade plans read through. And again, my video finally got out there last night. I think I ended up uploading around like 9:30 or 10. I don't know. I just keep my computer open and let the YouTube kind of upload the video by itself. So I wasn't watching it too much after I pushed the upload button. But I know it was kind of tracking to release around 9 o'clock. But in that video, I walked through my entire trade plan. So everything that you guys saw me just scrolling through on that trade plan. I walk it step by step. I imagine I'll do another one of those at some point whenever I do a little trade plan revision, maybe in a couple months from now. But yeah, by about a 25-minute video, I just walked through every component of my trade plan. So I think that'll be a good resource for especially those in our community who want to kind of use that same template and kind of want to hear um, maybe unsure what to put in certain boxes. You'll get kind of some insight into what I did and what I put in those boxes. I wanted to emphasize that these trade plans that we make, there's something that are super fluid. They're designed to be super fluid. And so it's certainly not a document that's an end all be all as far as me not changing it or adding anything to it. I certainly I want to have a systematic approach. So, I think I would go probably a couple month increments without touching it. Then, have a period, have a day where I just sit down with it, reflect, make some adjustments, and then continue on with the revised trade plan, with the revised edition for another couple months, and then, repeat that cycle all over again. But these trade plans are something that's just super fluid, and there's something that we should treat as a living document, as I like to say.
A living, breathing doc.
Living,
Now
breathing doc.
I'm gonna share my screen today.
Unemployment claims, minute and a half.
Unemployment claims in a minute, and
Let's see how far off their forecast was this week.
I wonder if I do. Yeah, that UE, man. That's when we should definitely should get some volume coming back in the market. I see that we've literally moved back to that position yesterday. We kind of had a hard time moving above when I was back testing um yesterday. I didn't get to it last night just because I got to the inside of my eyelids instead. Sometimes that's we just need to do that.
That's exactly what
Just
you
need
need.
to
It's a
need
perfect
to do
remedy.
that. Just need to do that. But man, I was looking at our entry yesterday, my entry yesterday actually, and we just lost volume. We just ran out of volume after a certain amount of time, around this point. We just ran out of volume in the market for us to continue bullish. There was this inefficiency of price that was right here, right? And when we moved to that level, that's when we lost volume. So I should have noticed that yesterday and took my profit somewhere in here, or just did not continue my trade at all once I saw it going against my
Mhm.
position instead of holding it. I exited somewhere around this level, 292 and some change, as we closed below there. But then we get this clean push back up above that area. And now we can just see the difference on our MACD in volume, like strictly talking volume in that area versus now and being able to push through that level. So, uh, unemployment claims, I like for us to correct back to this 15-minute decision making zone level, or at least somewhere in here. Let's see. Even just to come touch this level again. So would I like to see something like this?
And I just took a short dynamic risk, bullish news on the unemployment claims, uh,
Okay.
and to capitalize off this imminent correction.
Bullish news. You see that if, reflect on the dollar. Bullish news. I like that play. I like waiting for since I didn't get into it when I wanted. When it happened, I'm gonna wait for us to get it closed below this conversion line on this 5 minute or a cloud break. See if I can get this cloud break. Take it right to that next decision making zone level. Bullish flag breakout. It's the only pattern I've been kind of only retail pattern I've been drawing up on my chart these days. Little trend reading pattern there. I like those starting to bull flags, bear flags starting to grow on me just to analyze that trend.
Mhm.
See if I can get some correction here. And so yesterday we were just kind of going over Um, I was going over just the different time frames I utilize. So
Hmm.
right now I'm looking at that 1 minute because I'm looking to execute very soon. Very soon. After I execute, I'll go to the 5, and that's when I'll just really watch my trade on that 5 minute. 15 minutes giving me what I need as far as what I see from our volume. I like what I see from our volume to trade this inverse BS, inverse Bloom strategy, not the other BS. Inverse. Sit on my hands here, wait for this to to clean itself up.
It's weird. I feel like my trade locker isn't quite. I mean, I guess the correlation doesn't seem too super accurate this morning. That's okay. Through the news, through the volatility, it makes sense.
You talking about as far as like the price on your trade locker versus
Correct. Correct.
interesting. Yeah, I haven't ran into anything extreme there yet, but would definitely keep my eyes out for something like that. That's so clean. Look at that from the dollar. Look at that
Mhm.
from the dollar. And for those of you familiar with like the bull flags and bear flags, it's the only reason, only thing this is for, right, is for identifying a trend, which this was the trend, and then arranging a range. It takes the trend, it takes the range, and then it waits for price to break out of that range. So this was a bullish flag. So this is correct on how price reacted off of this. Range, broke the bullish flag in the bullish direction with a what? Bullish decision making zone. I don't really ever look at bullish or bearish decision making zones, but this is, clear buying decision making zone, decision making level generated here off of the break of that. So this is telling me that we're about to move into a bullish trend on our dollar. So at least what I want to see from the dollar is fill these inefficient price action. Um, which if it does that, then we're selling on gold. We're selling on gold. So let me see what we look like now. Oh, I got my close below my conversion line on my 5 minute. I'm gonna eye an entry. Just entered. I'm looking to take it down to about 2402 to the 2400 level. 2402 to 2400.
Yeah, looking to grab 8% here on this entry, right at six, right about six right now.
Nice. 2408. My entry came at 2408. 240821. Yeah, throw my stop loss. Took my stop loss at about my 10% range. So right at that 5 minute decision making zone. In the past, I've I've moved these 5 minute levels. I normally take them off of my chart and look for a higher time frame level. But we can just see, man. Look at that respect from that 5 minute level there. Price uses it here, breaks above it. Look what it's doing on the conversion line. Right, even though this is my 1 hour, let's take a second here to look at this. Price uses that 5 minute, breaks above that 5 minute. Even after it comes back down a few times, it wicks off, breaks below it, comes back, uses that level again, uses that level again, and now revisited that level again, again. So if this wasn't unemployment claim news, and we didn't have this volume coming in from the dollar, I could anticipate or suspect us to move through that decision making level finally, but it does need some volume to do so. Gotta get the tunes going in my background here. One sec. Get the tunes going, get the live up, make sure we're not missing any of these fine dandy people's comments.
I'm on it as well.
Live, live, live. Who we got on this morning? Let me guess. Let me guess. It is Joe. Joe Penny.
Wow,
My
Joe.
God. My God, Joe.
Yeah, when did that dollar? I want to see that dollar move into that inefficient price. It's right on the cusp at the moment. Uh,
Yes. Mm.
moving, take it out, take it out.
It's moving strong too. Look at that.
Wrong way. I got the hour chart up on my dollar right now. Just move down a little bit. Get in there.
I want to see what UJ. China uses the yen, right?
I don't know. Mm-mm.
They don't use the yen.
Yen's only Japan, I believe.
What
China,
is
what, uh,
China's currency? You sure it's not the Chinese yen or the Japanese yen?
it's a Chinese yuan.
Kwan. Do we have that available on the market? A kwan.
Let's say I don't know.
I've never looked at a Chinese. Mm. USD CNH or yeah, USD CNH. Interesting. Nothing from like an Owanda though. If anytime I see that, it's probably one of those ones I can't touch unless I was an international country.
Mhm. China.
Interesting. Strong bullish volume right there coming in. We can just get that to continue. Right now, it's stopped up at this daily. So yesterday, it's the exact same thing it did. Moved right up to that daily level and could not break that daily level. So if we can break this daily level and move towards this inefficient price action, that would be phenomenal. That would be
Oh,
phenomenal.
conditions. Uh,
So let's just see. Let's see how price reacts. Wants to react at this level. What was Finviz at this morning? Let's take a peek at that. Get some stuff in this macro channel. Finviz was sitting at 0.82 this morning. Currently resides at 0.72. So Finviz is supporting the short claim here. Our Forex market wide sentiment. Earlier on this week, I posted that sentiment, if I'm not mistaken, and it was about 58% in the side of the sellers, right? So right here, 5 or 8/5, August 5th, 58% of traders that were trading XAU USD are taking sells. Now that number has increased to 61%, right? So market-wide sentiment supporting the current bearish position I'm in. Currently supporting the bearish position I'm in. But like I was saying yesterday in the Discord, I'll have my sentiment, my bias in a way, um, with perspective of the it's just open to the opportunities of the market. That doesn't mean that based on our analysis that we can't have an idea of where we want to see the market take itself. You know what I'm saying? Price take the market. So this is
I'm
something.
gonna shoot a message in there right now.
Just something really quick.
And reduce population. More of our children can breathe clean air and drink clean water. Invest in clean energy and electric vehicles and reduce population. More of our children can breathe clean air and drink clean water. Invest in clean energy and electric vehicles and reduce population.
$24.11.82.
My bad. One sec. One sec. One It's super interesting. I can't get this like I want, but whatever. Whatever. Moving into profit right now on that entry. Here we got the dollar, which I love the way this looks.
Mhm.
I love the way this looks with the dollar. So if we can get us to move into that inefficiency of price action and then stay above this daily level. I like this daily level.
Mhm. Yep, I took full close on my position. It's 7.5%. My daily max is 8%, and so I want to stick to my trade plan here, and so once I get to that 8%, I'm holding on to that for the day. But closing that 7.5 gives me an opportunity to enter myself in the market again this morning. Um, yeah, looking to as the dollar moves into this inefficient price, I look to um, get back in. I'm on another short position and take it down to about to the 2400 area.
I'm paying attention to this volume right now. On the this is kind of why I like to blend my time frames. Especially, with the different components we utilize.
Mhm.
Cloud, MACD, the only two indicators we utilize, technical indicators, let's say, because there are different indicators that I consider indicators. Um, but as I'm analyzing, the 1 minute volume, right? Like we're gonna get a fresh look at stuff. We're gonna get a really immediate look at stuff. So even when volume is battling between one another in this area right here, right? Volume is battling. Sellers are battling volume, but not really reflecting much on price. That's just because of the fragile nature of this 1 minute. Like, you know what I'm saying? A bunch of volume can come in at any moment because it's immediate price. This is why I really like when I'm in an entry, my 15-minute volume, my 5 minute volume as well, but mainly my 15-minute because it's just a little bit of that perspective I'm trying to see from how long I can be in this trade, because that's really what volume allows me to understand is the duration I can be in a trade. Because if I'm in a trade and on my 15-minute I see us losing volume, then there's a chance that that trade could potentially be coming to a close, whether I decide to take profit, whether I decide to, it ends up hit my stop loss or my trailing stop, whatever the case may be. Um, but I like seeing that 15-minute for that. Um, and then just analyzing the 5 as far as how it's reacting with price. So I'll just sit here, wait for this to get down to, about this 2400 range. Uh, secure on this entry I'm in. On TP hit here, it would secure me of my daily limit, my daily goal. I haven't really I haven't really figured out if I want to stop trading that day, if I want to give
Mhm.
myself a trade amount. As I look
Mhm.
at my trade log, I've noticed honestly anything over 3 to 4 trades in a day,
Mhm.
I'm over trading,
Mhm.
which is interesting because that's not very many, but just goes to speak on the type of trader I feel like I'm evolving into.
Mhm.
You know, started out scalping, and I still scout my entries, but I think I'm more of a hybrid. Scout day hybrid.
Yeah.
Scout the entries, sit on the positions. Sometimes for the rest of the day. Um,
Mhm.
So just as I think about when I hit certain goals for the day or that month, if we're gonna shut it down or if we're just gonna adjust the risk a little bit.
Hmm.
So with your in your position right now, 7.5% on that last entry. And what is your risk level right now to kind of protect some of that 7.5%? Is it the same risk that you had prior to
Hmm.
securing that 7.5?
Hmm. 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 Yeah, I won't, because I like to think that my risk is how do I want to frame this? Scaling back in, close to my daily max target, so at 8%, right at 7.5 right now. Um, I won't go dynamic with it. So I'll probably, just stick with that, stick with my normal lot. Um, so thus not increasing my risk in that aspect. Um, but I'll really approach each next trade, the same as the previous one. I'll look to take it to a certain level or a certain percentage and take my exit. And nothing too profound there. Just looking for consistency on every single entry, no matter what success I had previously. If I just took a lesson, took a loss, but kind of refreshing um, the thought process, each individual trade.
Mm.
But of course,
It,
I'm sitting here too, and I understand, like my natural risk right now, my account's, at like 125 bucks. So just in general, right? Like I'm not trading $100,000, like just naturally, in my life, like that $120, like I can afford to lose that. And so I understand that just a bit. Um, where was I going with that? Um, I can disregard that. I'm gonna bring that back up, but I'm gonna wait until I kind of collect my thoughts on what I want to say there. Um, so I want to be careful saying what I just said. But I'll put a pin in that. I'll put a pin in that. Any more news for the rest of the day? Unemployment claims. We got the 30-year bonds.
30-year bonds. Those 30-year bonds, of course, having more impact than the 10-year bonds just because of the interest accrued with them. So if some and from what I have discovered, it's normally institutions and very, very large investors that even
Mm,
hold government bonds, like
mm,
government bonds, government securities, things like that. Um, so just understanding the transfer of those bonds
mm,
and the increase and decrease, I can see why that impacts something like a non-yielding asset like a gold, because a bond accrues interest. It basically pays its owner every term, like whatever the term is for that bond, 10-year bond, 30-year bond. There's like treasury bills or some stuff I was seeing about Warren Buffett yesterday, and
mm,
something called a treasury bill, which those are much, much shorter terms than like a bond, but to me, same concept. Same concept. Essentially, it's like a it's like a government credit. Like it's not even actual currency. It's almost like a credit that you get when you complain at the freaking Applebee's because the food was not fresh. Can't tell you the last time I've been to Applebee's. But yeah, so I want to see those I would want to see those bonds go up. The 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 interest on those bonds go up. The amount of bidders on those bonds go up because that would support this current bearish move. Um, as my computer is moving like a sloth. See, what are you talking about? My computer is running out of memory, huh? Is that what this is? All right. So let's figure this out because my shit should not be running out of memory, bro. What are you talking about?
Yeah, it's strange. That's the new guy, right?
Yeah, bro. Stand by, stand by. Stand by, stand by, stand by. Oh shit. It's probably this damn OBS.
Mm,
That should not be
yeah.
happening, bro. That system data. What does that even mean?
I'm gonna run to the restroom real quick. Sun's out. I'm gonna get sunlight in my eyes for about 2 minutes,
Bruh.
uh, and then I'll be right back.
So what do I? Oh, I have a screen recording that lasted a very, very long time. That could actually be causing a great, great, great issue. So that makes complete sense. That makes a great amount of sense on the state of my computer. Would you look at that? 47 of 245. Just like that. Stand by, stand by, stand by. Cool. I thought this computer would last me at least a year. I need it to last me at least 1 year. That's all I need from it is 1 year. All right. 1 year and I'm gonna get another one. That's all I need. Just give me 1 year. Look at that move down. The dollar's doing okay. Dollar broke that daily level. Right. So look at this daily level. And just so you guys see how I found this level, right? Look, decision making zone structure here. Right there, decision making zone. Not to mention right below it, decision making zone. Just that structure, not to mention decision making zone. Not to mention, oops, decision making zone. Just that structure tells me why this happened here. Why price reacted like this at this level, right? Daily area. This is my daily chart, right? But we see all the activity within this area, indicating what? Buyers are trying to keep control. It ends up correcting, retracing, still respecting that level, right? Though buyers, what they do again, regain control, right? Buyers regaining control and confirming that, right? Sellers at this level, because once again, there's that structure that I'm looking at, right? Sellers showing themselves. As price gets here, it respects that level, and sellers show themselves again, right? Then we get down here, and buyers, what do? Show themselves. Respect, right? Daily levels, though. Daily levels on my gold, on my dollar. Strong areas. Strong areas, right? So as we are here, this break was key. The break was key, right? If we would have got to that level and never candle closed through that level, it would have been different. But the candle closed, and now potential correction, retest, but then move back to that level would be what I want to see. Will be what I want to see. So let's see here. Take this to that 2404. I'm gonna just put my take profit in just in case we get a spike down. 2404 to the TP. Look at FinViz. Computer's still running a little bit slow, but it's doing better. FinViz trickling down. FinViz started the morning at +8, sitting at +6. Right. So FinViz is going downwards. FinViz is going downwards. Get rid of some of this stuff. This is interesting right here. This is Forex heat map, right? Use the table in real time to use table in real time to view the strongest and weakest currencies in each time frame. In each time frame. This is so fire. Watch this, guys. Look at this. Look at XAU USD. In every single time frame besides the daily chart, this is the strength and weakness of XAU USD on its given time frame. So basically what it's saying is on the 15, 30 minute and 1 hour time frames, we've been at 109 pips bearish. 4 hour time frame, and so on and so forth. But just funny that this daily is the only one that is not reflecting the same thing. So I'll monitor that daily and take a peek at look how that looks. But really like this MyFX book. I'll throw this in the, if you guys aren't familiar with MyFX book, I'll throw this in the YouTube chat. I'll throw it in actually the Zoom chat as well. This MyFX book is so fire. They got the Forex calculator on here. You can check the market hours. If you need to figure out market hours within your given time zone, right? You got, ever looked on this correlation? Let's see here. And so basically showing the correlation between pairs, right? So just so much information available to us here. Like, so this is XAU USD. This is what we're looking for. And 82% correlated to the Euro USD, right? So basically what that's saying is if we look at the Euro map and we look at the XAU USD map, should be moving relatively the same, right? Same with GBP, 76%. Same with, let's see, the Aussie. Was that what I saw? The Australian dollar and the NZD moves in third place in terms of correlation with gold. So something there that you can utilize, to be able to understand maybe what pairs you want to view together. Um, I like to view the dollar and the gold, for different reasons. Uh, but just a tool we can utilize for that. Get a hold of your spreads if you have a specific trading platform or broker that you use. If it's one of these brokers, it'll give you the spread of what you're trading. Uh, Forex news, of course, economic calendar, which is initial jobless claims. That was something we were looking at today. Jobless claims for average week and continuing job claims. Actually, I think I'm gonna switch what I view my news on because of the a little more insight that this provides us. My FX book, Forex Factory, now that I'm seeing, doesn't give me all of this. Like it gives us unemployment claims, but it doesn't give us the breakdown of that unemployment claim report like this does. So not only did they report on unemployment claims, but it was initial jobless claims as of August 3rd, jobless claims from a 4-week average as of August 3rd, and continuing jobless claims from July 27th. So that info is important, right? Rather than just seeing you know, the initial result here, like we did on Forex Factory, right? Of basically bullish unemployment claims, right? Because per this, let's see, initial jobless claims, that was the only bullish folder that came out. So this basically has more strength initial jobless claims than the 4-week average, which went up slightly, right? So if we're starting to analyze the statistical fluctuation of these results. So, initial jobless claims decreased 17,000, right? Re- the 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 previous month of this jobless claims 4-week average only increased about, you know, 2,000, right? Continuing job claims increased only about 6,000. So I can see why this initial jobless claims carried more weight. So actually, I'm actually gonna bookmark that, and I'm gonna get rid of this because I want to utilize this. Even looking at later on today, 4-week bill auction, 8-week bill auction, 15-year mortgage rate, 30-year mortgage rate, 30-year bond auction, speech from Fed Barkin, central bank balance sheet. Like we're actually getting a little more insight on some things we can actually get to talking about in the macroeconomics channel and expanding our knowledge on when it comes to macros in the Discord.
J'ai bien dormi. Je me suis couché à une bonne heure. J'ai eu mes 6 heures.
As price is about nearing my TP here, nearing my TP. So I want to adjust my TP. Um, and so as I'm identifying here, right? Take a look at something. Yeah, losing volume on this 15, right? And fresh, very recent, volume bar that's indicating potential sellers losing volume here. But I like this 15. Like I said, I like reading the 15 and really trusting that volume. Um, and not just because it's supporting my position right now, but just the time span that it covers.
For sure.
Ti-
For sure.
I'm generally in my positions for about, let's see, 15, 30, 45. I'm generally in my positions when they're good trades. Um, I don't even like using that word, but I don't know what my computer's doing right now. But let me see actually. I would say probably a couple hours. When I really like it, at least a good hour, at least a strong hour. And so what that means for my 15-minute is I only need to have 4 bars, whether that's candlesticks, but mainly what I care about while I'm bringing this up as price is about to hit my TP is the volume. Like I have 4 volume bars I'm really not just solely paying attention to. That's not what I'm saying. But in terms of how long I know I'm going to be in this trade, I know I have a solid hour. I need a solid 55 minutes of volume,
Mhm.
and I'm good. I'm good. Price was 3 pips away from hit my take profit, which I'm not gonna if it, I don't think it's just gonna end up turning around. But one thing I'm not gonna let happen, which I don't like I said it's not gonna happen in this case, but I'm never gonna let 3 pips stop me from closing my profit out and taking my profit. So if I ever run into the case where like this and I was actually on my trade locker, as it got down here, 3 pips away, I probably would have just pressed close all positions because, you know, why do I need to sit and wait? But yeah, I think we'll get a good close on my take profit here.
Yeah. Logging my trades right now. I'm getting that taken care of real quick. 6.
Yeah, I should probably do that from this entry. Did my entry yesterday. Let me do this one here. Today's the 8th.
Today's the 7th.
Today's the 7th. Oh, I always had it's because the trading days is technically the 8th. So that's what it says on my trade locker.
Oh no, it is the 8th. Fuck me. It is the 8th. It is the
Oh,
8th.
I'm
Excuse me.
tripping.
I'm tripping.
Goes to show how much I trust you, bro, because I didn't even check. I just wrote it down. All right, so this position yesterday resulted in a 23.90 2-3 exit. I exited this trade at 10:55 a.m. So I was in this trade for 5 hours yesterday. But as we saw, I really, really could have decreased that duration just based on my analysis of the volume. Um, simple analysis too, like very, very simple analysis. And sometimes we just miss things. Like sometimes we just miss things. It's just also the importance of keeping that trade plan frontal. And second day that I'm actually standing on my trade plan on all tens in terms of just simply even reciting that declaration this morning, something that I would do religiously a minute ago as price hit my take profit and I got my full close there. Um, and the reason I actually liked 2400 as a full close area was because of this decision making level. Um, and so let me actually slide this because my take profit was 240400. I just like this as a decision making level, right? And so now what I want to see at this level is price gets staggered. If it wants to break through it, great. If it wants to break through it, I'm gonna wait for a retest and then push more bearish. I would like for right now to stagger on this line as I'm going to my 1 minute and looked like a really beautiful entry there. Just think about our entry points. But now we're seeing this correction, and I'm not going to make this mistake again. Even though this is the 1 minute, I'm looking at my volume. I'm looking at my volume. We definitely I should be able to see should has a probability rate of 50% in my mind. 50% should, right? But should get some retracement in terms of our volume as well on this MACD. So see what happens here. Let's look at the dollar. Dollar still doing exactly what I wanted to see when it comes to this inefficiency and the respect of this daily area. So that the fact I'm getting that on my dollar, I may really consider scaling back in once I get a good look I want from gold here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then I really like your commentary there. In potential, because yeah, I just sit on my hands a little bit. Saw that entry come in on the 1 minute, scaled in. No dynamic risk there, so real subtle risk. Um, but I love what I'm seeing from that 15 minute and then the hour as well, the potential for the hour. Um,
Mm,
as
mm,
we see that bullish volume on our hour time frame, start to turn around for us. Um, but man, I would have liked to just sit on my hands just a little bit as I reflect after making that entry. Um, but yeah, my overall sentiment right now for the rest of this trade session is bearish.
for sure. And you were in the bathroom at the time, but Q, watch this. Watch this thing right here. So this is the MyFX book, right? Oh shit. MyFX book. If we go to heat map, Forex
Hmm.
heat map, literally tells us basically the use this table in real time to see
Hmm.
the strongest and weakest currencies in each time frame. So it's in a way like baby pips, but
Hmm.
um
It's interesting.
look at this. And so 1 minute, 5 minute, 15, all indicating bullish right now.
Mhm.
But that 30, to your point, that 1 hour indicating that bearish, 4 hours indicating bearish. So this is an interesting little
I like that.
layout here. And the other one I want to show you too, which I know you'll like, is the correlation. This shows the percentage correlation of other Forex pairs, right? So right down here, we have XAU USD, and we see its correlation to its strongest pairs, right? You got
Hmm.
76% GU, 82% correlated to the euro,
Hmm.
right? So anytime we're seeing can kind of utilize for everybody else, we utilize the dollar, but this is just another actual pair that we can utilize with the movement of
Just
gold.
interesting. That's fire. I like that a lot.
Super fire, super fire.
Euro USD.
Yeah, and then the last thing I want to show you too is this economic calendar, little different than Forex Factory, bro. From what I'm seeing, just
Hmm.
maybe because the cleanliness Forex Factory likes to keep.
Hmm.
Um, I'm not really sure, but just looking at, so they only gave us this one unemployment claim folder, right?
Right.
looking at this economic indicator of the calendar on Forex book,
Hmm.
kind of it gives us a little more detail,
Okay.
right? And then if
Yeah.
we look at like its previous and its actual, we can kind of understand why we went bullish because of just the change in the actual individual what makes up the unemployment claims. You know what I'm saying? Like this
Yeah.
this only changed about 6K, this only changed about 2K, right? But initial jobless claims decreased 17,000,
Hmm.
right? So which is why this being the only bullish folder that came out, we could concur that maybe that's why we're getting that bullish volume from the dollar.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, I think I'm gonna switch to the FX book for my
Yeah, I like that a
news.
lot. I like that a lot.
As we're getting this is so beautiful right here. Just the way our volume is communicating to me right now. So we struggled, right? We see that. Let me actually get in here. Let me actually get in here a little more. Right? We see this struggle. Let's get rid of this. This is my position that resulted in profit. So let's do this. Leave that there. But we see this struggle once we get at this level from our volume. It just struggles to give any strength. Why does it struggle to give any strength? Let's figure it out. For me, why does it struggle to get any strength? Because we move closer and closer to my 15-minute decision-making zone. Now, I've referred to these decision-making levels. Excuse me. I want to refer to it as a level, but I refer to it in the way as a magnet and a force field, right? A magnet and a force field, meaning the further away from decision-making levels, the more that level will act as a magnet, pull price towards it. The closer we get to that level, the more that level acts like a force field, right? Keeping price from moving through it, whether it's below it or above it, right? And so this struggle is indicating to me that it's all it's doing is it feels itself moving on a decision-making level, right? And as we got there, what did we now get? And this is the 1 minute. This is why I actually like viewing the 1 minute for my execution, but I have to be um conscious of the 1 minute volume and take it with a grain of salt ultimately. Um and just look at all that volume that comes in on that 1 minute. Right after we struggle, all this volume comes in on the 1 minute only because we have to move a little bit away from this decision-making level because we already visited that decision-making level here, didn't have enough volume to take us through, right? But it told us that we can reach this level. Now we corrected away from that level. I would love to see price get staggered somewhere in this area. I didn't find a decision-making level yet, but I know there's one in this area if I hunt. So I want to see price just respect this level, then turn back around. Or if price wants to go all the way back up to this 5 minute, I'll analyze it potentially turning back around. But I'll be careful doing that because this would have been probably the fourth time in a handful of different times that price has yeah. So price has moved towards this 5 minute level a few different times. So if it ends up coming back here, I will be cautious of just premeditating sells off of this level. Um, so yeah, I just wanted to shine light on the volume that you know kind of shows itself on that 1 minute, and we're seeing it on that 5 minute. Because if we go to the 15 is going to give us a little bit of a different look in terms of our volume. Uh, so something that I wanted to analyze yesterday as I went over my entry. And I could have protected a little bit more of my account had I analyzed volume. As we're getting shows the enthusiasm too of gold, right? As we're getting this movement from gold, and you can cut me off anytime if I'm blabbing too
No,
much.
go ahead. You're good.
As we're getting this movement from gold here, we can get rid of the cloud. I go to my dollar and I don't see that same type of reaction, even on my 1 minute. I don't see that type of reaction. Now, what I am seeing is once again that volume struggling in both directions. Like it's not necessarily just struggling on buyer side or just seller side, but one thing I am noticing about the difference in these two movements of this volume here, this took us to this level. This volume took us to this decision-making level and this inefficiency of price action. This volume kind of just kept us here, right? So sellers didn't have enough momentum to bring us back down, but it had enough to keep us constant. I like that it is constant above this daily area. So to support my bearish position, because I'm going to look to scale in an bearish move if the indications present themselves to me and my trading strategy allows me to enter and adapt to whatever trading conditions there are. But ultimately, this respect to this daily is going to provide additional confirmation to that bearish sentiment. So, yeah, I like sitting on this 5 minute here, and I'm gonna sit on this 1 minute here on gold. So I got about 5% on that last entry I had. My gold daily is 10 at this current account size I'm at. 10 10% a day until I hit a K in my account. 10% a day until I hit 1K in my account. I'm gonna start doing this as well, just so for Trade Locker doesn't try to piss me off. This is also why we should log our trades right when we enter, which I did already. Full disclosure, already logged it, but want to know when I enter that trade. Full close. 6:17 a.m. So every time we struggle on this dollar, I'm looking at the dollar right now. It's my DXY. Every time we have a hard time with this volume, after we've already shown ourselves on the seller side, I'm analyzing if it wants to break through on the buy side, if that makes sense. So every time we start to like get a red dot, and then when it starts to weaken, I'm observing to see how strong this buy comes in. Okay. Then it didn't come in very strong. Okay. Red dot, seller's volume again. As I observe this, all I want to see is how strong our buyers come back in and at which level that is. If it's above my daily, I like it. If it's below my daily, I don't. One minute chart on XAUUSD, right? Didn't get quite up to this level. This horizontal line, though, remember I said this was the other level that I wanted to see it correct itself to. Why did I say that? Because I knew that I can find a decision-making level within this area. So let me do that. Let me do that. Even if it's on a different time frame. Boom. Right? Right there. Decision-making level. That's exactly how I find that structure. Right there. What does price do? I can even take the high of that main candle. What does price do? Wick right off of that level, because that's all it is. It's a level to tell price, okay, this is your turning point. This is when you can turn around. And so how will I observe this area? I'll see if it continues to respect it. Even through the enthusiasm, I'll see if it continues to respect it, because my sentiment still is bearish in this current. I have a bearish sentiment right now. And what will change that bearish sentiment is if we break this 5-minute decision-making level. If we break this 5-minute decision-making level, we'll have a different sentiment on gold. But until then,
Yeah,
our
really,
volume.
really profound thoughts from you there. I'm with you as far as the sentiment goes. I really like your emphasis on just your top down analysis, right? And utilizing just the abundance of information that we have, and the volume that's presented to us on each individual time frame. Because you flip amongst time frames, like you obviously get a different visual picture. But you're calling us to find bits and pieces and put those certain bits and pieces together to build, a story, build your own sentiment. And yet, yes, we use, resources to, gauge what the general sentiment around the market is, in terms of currencies, so the dollar and XAUUSD as well. But it all comes together for a beautiful story. So I appreciate you walking us through all that. It was really good.
No, I like that. Build your own sentiment. I love that you said that. Build your own sentiment.
All my trades are logged. I'm looking good. Let me pour up this coffee real quick.
The reason made some recently added this channel to our Discord, the Bloom Sentiment channel. And I, I think I can speak for, for both of me and Q when I say this. But we value the autonomy you have within the trading market, within the financial market, to really view and approach, adjust, adapt as you wish. We also we also value the as price right now. What is price doing? I think what it's doing is filling this gap. This little gap right there. Little gap in price. Let's see if it's doing that. Let's see if it respects that. That's what it looks like it's doing. It's filling just that little gap in price. Then potentially heading back downwards. Let me take a peek at something really quick. 5 minute, 15. Get rid of this.
Yeah. Dollar's pushing nice bullish volume coming in from the dollar, fresh bullish volume.
I
I'm
like to hear
sitting
that.
on the 1 hour, looking at the 1 hour right now, the most recent 1 hour candle.
Like to hear that.
But yeah, it's 1 hour volume I was just referencing.
Mm.
Yeah, go from there.
Like to see that. See how it reacts to this level. Um, so but as I was saying previously to me, getting into what the- one sec. I'm really eyeing this sell just because I can have a really nice stop here. Just like that small gap fill right there. Imbalance fill that price comes in and touches there. Still respecting this 5 minute, that volume on the dollar. I'm gonna scale in. I'm gonna scale in a sell here.
I like
Give me
this
some more
entry point.
correction. Give me some more correction. If I can
Damn,
get a
not too bad.
little bit more correction. Yep. Thought about increasing my lot size, but no need to. No need to. I've already secured. Let's enter the sell. Let's enter the sell. I love that struggle that I get. I love that wick that I got there. Uh, from this current candle, right? I got volume on my last bearish candle indicating potential selling volume stepping in and selling pressure stepping in. Another thing I do have, which is really abnormal, um, in this current, if we just take from if we just take literally from this high, if we take this high on price up here and we just look at our MACD, right? Look at our MACD. Look at where our signal line is compared to the previous. So I'm noticing that abnormality. And this being the 1 minute, things can turn quickly. So I like that entry. I like that entry point. Manageable stop about 3. Let me see. I entered at 24.13. I like the volume I'm getting from the dollar. I entered at 24.13.49. That's my entry point. So I'm talking a 23 pip stop, would wipe out about half of what I've gained today, which gained 5%. So risking about 2.5% of my current profit, which 2.5% is what I like to risk per entry. Um, but to Q's point a little bit earlier, I'm playing with $78 right now. Originally, my account was about 301, and even when it was at 301, I was comfortable losing it all. Like, just understanding the possibility of that. Um, and so when I had that amount in my account, I was able to adjust my lot size a little bit and trade more dynamically, um, which is a position that I want to be in, and increasing my lot size in certain occasions, if my trade plan fits it. Um, yeah.
Yeah, big struggle at this level, but I just love the way the dollar's trajecting for us.
Mm.
In terms of our bearish sentiment here.
Yeah, let's see. Let's see how price wants to react at this level again. So this is the handful of times price a- as every time it's come to this level, it's fell off. So, this could be that time where it does come to this level and blast through. I don't know. But this dollar, I love this dollar moving towards that inbounds fill. Now we just wait. Now we just become patient Pete. Patient Pete. Pinvis is still sitting at a similar level.
Yeah, I haven't looked at some of these other U.S. dollar involving pairs. On my trade plan, I give myself the autonomy to tap into just these other U.S. dollar involving pairs, but I haven't executed a trade on a pair other than gold in a while. It's been probably maybe like 2 months even. It's
Mm.
been a little bit. Um, but yeah, a lot of the moves have been pretty clean this morning as I click through some of these. Let's see USD JPY.
Yeah, and I think
Hmm.
if the volatility was there for some of those other pairs, and this will change once my account size is at a certain level. That's
Go.
the
There you
beautiful
go.
thing.
There you go.
Um, I'm gonna tap into those other pairs, especially because they move a lot cleaner. I'm not gonna lie, a lot cleaner. You're dealing with a lot less, in my opinion, manipulation and because
100%.
there's unknown factors that we still haven't come across yet when it comes to especially gold. Like, we were just talking about the other day with the other countries that are heavily involved with gold,
Mhm.
which those countries we should actually be looking at their news as well. Now we're kind of in a unique situation because this one is really the XAU is really strong with a dollar, so we can kind of take a shortcut in a way to those economical, those macro factors that influence gold. But shoot, man, it's like, especially with the FX map. Now that when I was looking at that FX map, I was like, man, there's probably a few different pairs in here that I could actually on the
Mhm.
swing on the palette.
Mhm. Yeah, but the account size is a big factor when it comes to just tapping into these other pairs, because we're looking for big moves here. With our account, like, we have goals to get our accounts to a certain a certain point here, right? Like I want to get my account to 10K. That's kind of my first goal. Um, but man, once we're trading with a good amount of capital, those smaller moves and smaller relatively speaking, right? Here I'm speaking the difference between our US dollar involving pairs outside of gold. So I'm comparing those pairs to gold. It's less volatile, and the amount of pips it moves is significantly less. But the moves are the same. The moves are super clean. We utilize our dollar. The dollar is so much stronger than those other currencies. But you bring up a good point. In terms of the gold market itself, there's so much information. There's so much more knowledge and insight I have to gain. In terms of understanding the XAU side of things, which it subjects us to some uncertainty at times, some non-correlation with the DXY, excuse me, that we have to kind of wade through. But those other pairs, like they move just so cleanly with the DXY, with the US dollar movement. Um, you know, yeah, I'm gonna stay focused on gold here, over the next couple months. But I'll definitely start to just observe these other pairs a little bit more, start to collect data. Maybe my back testing, I'll add one pair, and kind of scale into that pair, moving forward as I collect data. Um, but we shall see.
That you brought up a great point, and for me, that's all it's been about with my trading plan. With it, if I don't collect proper data, then I'm not gonna incorporate it in my trade plan just because I have so much history and experience. It's kind of like a very long relationship, that you guys go through your entire life with. Me and XAU USD have that relationship. We've been together, we've broken up, we've rekindled, got back together. We've sent that "Hey, how you doing?" text to one another throughout my course of trading. So just have been through the ups and the downs. Me and Gold has. So that same amount of time and experience I need with other pairs, which can just be done by backtesting, demo training, not demo training, live account training with a demo account or a paper account. Um, I just like to, we've utilized that training terminology before, so I like to bring that up and refer to a demo account, a paper account as a training moment. And even thinking about it, from us, right? I'm gonna personally approach when I do move into those pairs that way, um, because of the availability of that. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I don't need to, as you said, Q before, put too much skin in the game or any at all, especially when I'm trying to add another forex pair to my trade plan, a document that I should live and breathe by each trading session. So as long as ample time is applied to the data recovery of adding pairs, adding market sessions, that's another one that's big for me, because I really want to throw in that overnight, that London session.
Mhm.
But I just need to gather proper data. I need at least, I'd say 100 trades is enough for me. If I get a 100 trades of data for that London session, I can gain a decent, I can have enough of the perspective I need to see how my edge reacts at that time of day.
Mhm. Yeah, for sure. And as we And one of my goals for next summer is to take a 1 month vacation. Of course, I want to trade, while I'm about, the whole travel and trade thing. And so the times, the sessions, and the times in which I'm trading, it's gonna be different. So I definitely want to get start collecting some data on some of these other sessions, and try and find some little pockets of time in which I know I can be successful in trading. But I can't wait to hop in the charts at noon or two. Get some hours in, man. That sounds sweet. Like that sounds sweet.
You know,
Sleep in a bit, go to the gym, take care of your morning stuff, and bam, hop on the charts for a nice little afternoon session. Sounds beautiful. I'm sitting over here, my eyes a little tired, man. Got my coffee going. Try to do my push-ups in the morning, get my blood flowing, which I love. I love the regiment, and I love the discipline that getting up early institutes, because naturally like, it's nobody loves getting up early. You just get
yeah,
accustomed to it, you get used to it, and then you kind of build a love for kind of your routine and your regimen, and kind of what it does for you. Yeah. What was I doing? 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 Yeah.
still in
Excuse
this
me.
entry. Still in this entry. Got in about a, let's see what I got. Shit. Got into about a 40-ish pip profit, 42 pip profit. Hitting my take profit actually there would have gave me my 10% for the day. Um, I want to see us go revisit this decision making level again though. At least 2405. I like 2405.5, let's call it. Is where I put in my take profit, 2405.5. I'm sitting here thinking, okay, Marcus, if you want to get 10% a day and you had the opportunity to get 10% here, why didn't you take it? Why didn't you take it? As I'm thinking about it, I'm still thinking, why didn't I take it? For one, I didn't know that was my 10% there. To be completely honest, had I known that, maybe it put my take profit in at 2409 flat and just call it that. But the reason I had my initial position marked up this way was because I trade level to level. I'm trading from this strong level that it keeps respecting again to just this level that we already visited a little bit earlier today. But now that I'm sitting here thinking, Marcus, why do you need 105 pips? I mean, I don't necessarily need that. I really want it. um, but this is kind of what we have to think about risk management, and this is kind of where I'm developing in my trading, and I can say this is because of my trading plan. I would not be approaching it this way if it was not for my trading plan. But my goal is for 10% a day. And so just secure that is kind of what I'm sitting at. Now I'm not like pulling my leash back and I'm not walking around with handcuffs on the market trying to hit my 10%. I'm still really comfortable in this entry. Um, I'm not calculating, let's make sure I get 34.5 pips so it's 10.0%. I know that if I hit about $8 on my profit, then that's 10%. I already have 4 secured. On my lot size, this is going to be about $5, right? So boom, let's just I'm good with this entry now. Um, because I've analyzed why am I approaching it in such a way instead of, like I said, me feeling like I'm not allowing my analysis to work. Uh, yeah. So I'm about 2407 let's call it 2408 is where I put my TP. And then I'll let price go touch it. Potential 1 minute green dot volume coming in, losing that 15 minute volume, dollar correcting back to that daily level. I want to see the dollar just stay above this daily level. I'm okay with that.
Making quick Facebook post regarding this YouTube video that dropped last night. Letting the Facebook community know that there's some nice free game in there on my YouTube channel.
I forgot.
Beautiful, mate. Beautiful. And that as a dollar's kind of creeped into this area of imbalancing, I'm feeling really confident that this whole area is gonna get filled um, pretty soon. Getting some correction on off the dollar, off that most recent level that it touched, but I think we'll get up into play here and take out this entire level of inefficiency. But love seeing the relativity kind of correct and that volume kind of get refreshed in a way. I think that definitely supports our current sentiment. And I've had no tunes playing the whole morning, man. I need to get my Carol G playing. Si antes te hubiera conocido. Currently working on my accents and the languages that I'm trying to learn and develop in at the moment. My French still needs a lot of work. but the Spanish accent's pretty good. I feel like I'm around Spanish a good amount, so that one will sound proper pretty soon. Yeah, I think learning this skill of trading is definitely. I feel like I've always had a good perspective when it comes to like goal pursuit and learning specific skills. My pops and the coaches that I've had through sport growing up have always preached a growth mindset. I want to understand that you can get better at things. It's the growth mindset really is volume times time. If you could assign an equation to growth mindset, it'd be volume times time. But trading has kind of doubled down on that fact, and even something of high potential, high profitability potential, high freedom granting potential. Um, in learning this, it's made me feel really resolved in tapping into other skills and starting to develop in other things. Like learning something. Here I'm speaking about, venturing into learning languages, right? And so how I'm approaching, learning French and learning Spanish, it's just a little bit a day, a little bit a day. I'm on a 7-day Duolingo streak on my French lessons. The lessons they take 5 to 10 minutes. I had my worst lesson last night. Actually, it was a tough one. I had to speak and I had to like type out the words and everything. It was kind of a lot. Missed a couple questions. But just volume times time, man. And learn something like learning languages. Traveling outside the country has made me realize how much of a barrier language is. I think we all know that, understand that. But just learning one language, one extra language, opens up so many more opportunities for connections with other people. Um, and that's, if there's one thing that I love and value highly in my life is connecting with others, relating to others. And it's really tough to do that if you don't speak the same language as that given individual. Um, yeah, man, shout out to trading for just really hammering in the volume times time component, the growth mindset component of goal pursuit and skill development. Here I'm really just trying to speak to just how dynamic this skill of trading is and learning this skill is. I wouldn't trade this journey for anything. If I had to start it all over again, I wouldn't change a thing. I
Facts,
really wouldn't
bro.
change a thing. All the mistakes, all the lessons, the big losses, the big wins, and everything. I wouldn't change it at all because I know all this is necessary, is necessary, fundamental to me getting to where I want to be financially, and freedom wise. They say, I've brought up in a couple posts, and I've talked about it on the call. But the quote, the phrase, a wandering mind is an unhappy mind. And most of the time, based on the data, our minds kind of drift off to a more positive place than a negative place. I think that's important to understand. Um, one thing that I do enjoy, kind of wandering off to, a place that I like wandering off to is, just projecting forward this journey, you know, and built off the volume times time component, but just in something like this, something like trading, you know, it's where we're doing it the right way. And I just love that we're doing it the right way. So it's truly just a matter of time before I'm, you know, before we're sitting in a really, really happy place. Not necessarily happy, um, but a place where our stress is mitigated by our time and financial freedom. You know, in that happiness episode, you know, I think one of the most kind of profound points in there, amongst all the profound points held in there, is the way finances play into our ability to be happy and our continued happiness. It's too general of a statement to say that money doesn't buy happiness or money buys happiness. It's not a one-to-one correlation. The correlation with finances and our happiness is our our finances, yeah, they won't necessarily make us happy, but they will mitigate our stress. And most of us, what makes us unhappy is the stress that we feel, um, financially or just in other parts of our life. Um, but once you get to a certain financial threshold, so once you get to a point, a financial point where your stress is mitigated, and you just don't have any financial stress on you. Once you pass that point, the more you make won't impact your happiness at all. You know, but along the journey up until you get to that point where you don't have any financial stress, money will certainly buy you happiness, by the way it just impacts your life at that level. But again, once you get to that certain point, that certain threshold, and yeah, that'll be different for everybody in the lifestyle that they want to live. Um, but I'm trying, as we progress through this journey, I'm trying to, start to build a foundation for, how I'm gonna, you know, frame my life and frame success, as my finances increase over time. Um, I'm kind of doing some preparation there for when we're all millionaires and we're living on islands and have private jets and yachts and stuff like that. Hitting only halfway.
Oh, shiznit. Strong volume coming in right now from the gold
Whoa.
breakthrough. Doesn't mean I'm not gonna enter a buy, but am gonna look to seek a close here potentially.
Just push him away. Just push him. That's for sure. I want to see what the dollar does at this level. It's kind of back down to that level in which it was struggling to break up against. Eventually did, obviously, but back down at the level. We'll see if it rejects and continues bullish on our DXY.
Yeah, I'm gonna be patient in this entry because of that DXY and this level that we're currently sitting at. I just want to see if price wants to respect this current level it's in between here. Like I said before, with this area, I've seen price come in here a few different times, and close in this area and break above this area as we are here again. Um, and then once it has gotten there, it's fell back out of there, which this could be the time where it stays above and continues bullish. Um, but I'll take my chances with where I'm at right now. I will take my chances. Fresh 15-minute volume. The only thing I don't like about the 15-minute is how high our signal line is. So yeah, even though we did get fresh 15-minute volume, green dot, just distance between midline and signal line are just really far off. If we just look in the past, there's not very, very many times that it continues higher and higher after that. Um, so I'm utilizing that understanding. And then of course, like you said, just this daily, not the daily, the dollar, excuse me, as we're seeing the dollar come below this daily area. So want to see this daily area get respected, utilized in the near future. Still didn't forget about this bull flag breakout on the 1 hour. Use the restroom real quick. I'll be right back.
Or 760. 763. One thing I'm starting to do, starting to do this on my personal side of things, my personal finances is really sticking to a budget. Budget, up to this point is something I've kind of just had in my notes as far as, things I'm got to pay for, expecting to pay for. But kind of transferred that same ideology over to a nice, clean Google Sheets or an Excel platform. I think that'll really help me as I look to uh, systematically fund my live account, and then assign my finances other places. Um, really trying to just take extreme ownership over my entire finances. Um, as I tap into just more and more, as I get deeper and deeper into this journey. My mom, she's always been a really good example in terms of just budgeting, always knowing how much money's coming in, how much money's coming out, and how to kind of allocate, any additional income that you may have outside of your monthly expenses per se. Yeah, that may be something that, just like the template, I won't obviously show my finances to the world, but may kind of show just a little budget, my budget template, my budget format, for the community. Uh, but mostly I want to hear, because it's just fuck. I'm 24 years old. I'm just, kind of getting going uh in my financial journey in my adult life. So I really want to hear from the community as far as just how they manage their funds and allocate their funds, budget, um, and kind of keep their finances organized. I'll probably shoot a message in the Discord regarding that here pretty soon. I'd love to hear some recommendations, and get some guidance on that side of things. I know we got some really savvy and a lot of smart um, people in our Discord. I wanna learn from the group, learn from the masses. 7:17, about 13 minutes left on the live call this morning. Um, Marks and I emphasize our overall sentiment on the market right now is bearish. Have gotten some really nice bullish volume on gold over the last 10 minutes or so. So we'll monitor that closely and update everyone if our sentiment changes over the course of the day. But still, within that same sentiment here. No more news for the rest of the day. Excuse me. Excuse me. I misspoke. Got that 30-year bond auction folder dropping at 10 a.m. FOMC Barkin is speaking. Just a yellow folder at noon. I'll probably tap into that later this afternoon, just kind of see what Barkin talks about and see if he gives us any insight in terms of that. And then moving into tomorrow, Fridays, I don't trade. Marcus doesn't trade on Fridays. Fridays are my back testing days. So tomorrow, we'll get a back testing session done. I'll probably record it and upload it into the Discord. Probably be about, I'll probably upload about 25, 30 minutes of that into the Discord, so we can get some back testing footage, some back testing analysis in the community for everyone to look at. But no news tomorrow either. No news at all in terms of the US dollar. So it'll be interesting to see how the week closes, given not much news volatility coming in. Dollar's respecting this level, broke down just below it slightly, but just got a nice little bullish candle there on the dollar. We'll see how that's reflected on gold here. See if we get the same rejection, the same level rejection. I'd say the volume on our gold pair, looking at the 5 minute here, is stale. But again, the market does not work for me, so that volume could be unstale at any given moment and continue bullish. And we shall see. We shall see. There's one monthly expense I thought about. I knew I forgot to put it on my little monthly budget here, but I can't remember what it is. I'll think of it in a little bit. It'll piss me off until then.
What's pissing you off until then?
There's something that I'm missing on my monthly budget. I thought about it literally like yesterday, last night. There's some like a monthly like a subscription or just an expense. I can't remember what it is though.
Mm.
Can't remember what it is. Damn.
Yes, bro. I'm glad you brought that up. Shout out budgeting because I did my budget the other day and like you don't really proper understanding of how where your funds are going and when they're going and all that is so valuable to especially for like funding our account. Like we can always make the excuse of we don't have the money we don't have $1,000 to throw in there. Well, you don't need 1,000. You need $100 10 times.
Mm-hmm.
You need $20, 100 times or what is it, $10, $100 10 times. You need $50 20 times.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like
Mm-hmm.
it adds up. That's basically what I'm saying. $20 for 50 days in a row. Like, and so it's in there. And then I always think about how you can still learn trading, develop your trading, actually involve yourself with the market, maybe not actual physical money of your own, but you can involve yourself within the physical market that whole time while you're loading up your account, you're stacking that $500, $200 and gearing up to put it into a live account. So definitely can be accomplished with a budget if you're like me and you've said before that, man, how am I going to start funding my account? Well, I actually could have been funding my account this entire time if I allocated my funds properly. Still in my position, I'm eyeing full close. However, I'm not. I'm seeing this daily still respect this level. This dollar still respect this daily level. I see on my 5 minute we're starting to potentially lose that. Sellers volumes maybe head back in this bullish direction. At the same time, gold's still playing around at this 5 minute level. So I haven't taken full close yet.
So, and wanted to just give a quick shout out to everyone who's tapped in on the YouTube. Appreciate you guys tapping in with us via our Bloom Trading YouTube. If you guys ever want to get a little bit closer to us, get into the Bloom Discord channel, and you'll be able to actually join the call if that's something that interests you. Again, appreciate everyone riding with us through this journey. This is fun. And perceiving, and Marius, let me know what you think about this. So you mentioned that, what was it, 58% of traders are bearish right now? Was that the number?
Yeah, that number
Something like
was
that.
58 yesterday. It actually went up to 62
Interesting. So
today.
thinking about, the the manipulation of the market and how the market works, right? The market obviously knows that, 60% of people are bullish right now. And so maybe why not move a little bit bullish here, take out some of these stop loss orders and continue, and then push back down. I'm thinking about just the psychology of the market and the institutions involved. That's something that I'm thinking about here as well. Bumping out these stop loss orders and then continuing back down bearish.
So 15% of traders are currently trading XAUSD and 61% are short. The thing I like about this little sentiment on my FX book, it shows this thing right here. Real accounts, profitable accounts, non-profitable accounts, funds won and funds lost.
Mhm.
It says data is based on verified real accounts only and refreshed every 60 seconds. I know for a fact this has no institutional account involvement.
Mhm.
It's just all retail traders, which, from these four brokers on the side, just a few brokers that I'm sure most of us are familiar with. Interactive Brokers being one that I know we'll both find our way over onto,
Mhm.
in the future. But this here is interesting, just thinking about how much funds are going in and out of the market. But then when I think about like real accounts, 64% are real accounts. Okay, does that mean 36% are fake accounts? Maybe they're just liquidity accounts. And
Mhm.
maybe they're this or that. I don't know what this term means, but I just like the information that I get to see, right? And then form my kind of my viewpoint of the credibility of this information. But I like that's accessible to us to see. still in my sell position here. Still in my sell position here. Jason, what is going on? Jason just
slide
joined
into
through
the chat.
the Zoom chat. I'm gonna drop a link in the YouTube for our Discord for those wanting to join Discord channel. So it's gonna take you right to the channel that you need to be able to have premium access to our Discord channel or Discord platform. Jason just joined through the Zoom chat. I'm gonna drop a link in the YouTube for our. Like the way this is looking on my DXY. Like I said, if I can just continuously get this respect of this level, this daily level, without completely moving away from it in the bearish side, I still like this bearish position on gold.
Mhm.
Area. Yeah, this
Yeah.
area is actually.
Like I said, I didn't get sentiment out last night at 10 p.m. But really want to work for the 10 a.m., 10 p.m. Offering market sentiment at those points in the day. So as we kind of hop off here, I'll have my chart up. Won't have my chart up, but I'll look um, back at the chart at around 10 a.m. I'll offer some thoughts, some reflections, potentially new sentiment, around that 10 o'clock point. And not
Okay.
executing any trades tomorrow. Tomorrow's Friday, back testing day, research day for us. So
Morning hoop session.
morning hoop session. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Nah, I like your 10 to 10. So we don't flood that channel with let each sentiment sit. I'll probably do a market close. So come market close about 2 p.m. I'll drop my sentiment. So I have about a 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. window to get my sentiment in there. That'll be in the Bloom channel. So you guys will have a sentiment from 10 a.m. to market close at about 2 p.m. Then I'll provide my sentiment at 2 p.m. And then 10 p.m. We'll have that next sentiment that goes out in the channel. So I like that structure there. Um, always encouraging those of you in our Discord to let us know your sentiment as well. Like let us know what you see from the market, what you're liking, what has your eye. A little bit earlier, I was talking about moving that channel from the previous just chart analysis channel to sentiment outlook. Um, and the reason I like that is just as I looked up the definition of sentiment, because I don't like to just guess on what words mean. But it is a view or attitude toward a situation or event, or just simply an opinion, which love the I love looking at it in that way because our analysis, everything we consider to be, confluences for our personal trading are all opinions. Now, yes, they're built off of some of them facts because of the moving averages. It's a specific pricing that is using, so that it's technically a fact. But everything is still really, really opinion based and sentiment based, essentially. So don't ever hesitate to throw your sentiment in the Discord channel. Don't ever be scared of other Discord community members maybe getting on you, or even one of us being like, man, what are you doing? Because that would never be the case. Our Bloom community is a community where literally from the most novice, seasoned trader to, just all around the spectrum. So it's a trading community for everyone. Doesn't matter if you trade Forex, you could be trading 5X. No, I'm just kidding. You could be trading options. You could be trading stocks, crypto. Um, you could be trading rice. I know that's a thing as well. You can trade rice and freaking beans and oil. Um, if you do that kind of thing. But yeah, I just wanted to throw that out there for anybody viewing this uh recording after the fact. Anybody on the live call right now. So that's pretty much all I got as we're about 7:35. 1 for 1 on positions I've closed. I'm in a drawdown right now in this current position. Uh, but I'll have my results in the Discord whenever I do find final close on this position. But you got anything else, you?
That'll do it for this week's trading. That'll do it for today. Appreciate everyone tapping in. Joe, Jason, everyone else that tapped in on the YouTube. Appreciate you guys. We'll be back same time, same place next Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 5 a.m. to 7:30 a.m. We'll be here. We
Thank
are
you,
here.
Marcus and Q. Have a great day.
I
You
appreciate
as
you.
well,
Next week.
Joe.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Appreciate you.
Sir.
Thank you, guys. Bye-bye.
Yes. Bye. Jason,
See
just
ya.
saw you slide on here, and Jason, you have a fantastic day as well, sir. Appreciate you tapping in with us. We'll see you next week.
Peace, guys.